Okay, so let's begin the show. Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to each one of you. My name is Kanhaiya Jha, and I'm heading the admission and marketing at International College of Financial Planning. First of all, thank you so much for joining us for this exclusive webinar on CFP certification demystified, where we will be talking about the CFP curriculum, examinations, learning pathway, career scope in financial planning and wealth management, and more. I'm delighted to host this session brought to you by International College of Financial Planning, India's first and largest premium learning partner of FPSB India. Established in 2002 and proudly promoted by Bajaj Capital Limited, ISOP has been a pioneer in financial education in India. In fact, it was ISOP that first brought the CFP certification to India. Today, we are privileged to have with us seasoned expert in the field, Mr. Rishi Narang. Rishi is a certified financial planner with a master's in management studies from Mumbai University and brings over 15 years of rich experience in financial planning, research, and wealth management. Throughout this session, Mr. Naran will help us decode what CFP is all about, the curriculum, exam, the global recognition it brings, and most importantly, how it can shape a rewarding career in growing demand of financial planning and wealth advisory. So sit back, take notes, and get ready to gain real insights into a certification that's transforming financial career across the globe. So let's begin. Over to you, Rishi.
Thank you so much, Kanaya, for this great introduction about the profession and, of course, about me. It is so great to meet all of the audience and you all on a Saturday morning. So let's begin, friends. Let me share the slides and let's set the context. So, friends, before I begin, just one second. Yeah. So before I begin, a couple of house rules, friends, that let me complete my presentation deck first, where what I'll do is I'll start with firstly explaining why the certified financial planner certification is it is an important aspect today if somebody wants to make a tremendous career in the BFSI industry. And then I will take up on in terms of detailing about how one can pursue, what are the requirements, fee and everything on that. So what I would request is that you should note down your questions and we are going to answer all of them in the Q&A session immediately after the presentation ends. Okay, so just to make this session interactive, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in between, which I would request if you could answer, because that then it's going to be a two-way communication for me also to understand and to learn from your perspectives on the things that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so on that note, let's begin the webinar today, friends. The topic that we have chosen today is CFP certification demystified. So let's begin, friends. So I just want to set a little context before, friends, that I started my professional career somewhere around 2008 after I completed my MBA and in finance, just to specify that. And given the first job itself was in the financial markets, right? There is a huge transformation. Uh, it's like something that we are seeing, the way we've seen the, something like India's defense developments that we've seen in the last few days. So it is that spectacular, right? And and this is not only in the financial space, friends. In most of these sectors in India, you take pharma, you take agri, you take consumer durables, you take let's say automobiles. So every sector has been doing very well, and this has brought in a situation today where a lot of Indians are actually earning pretty well, right? If you have a decent amount of education, you are earning well in India, right? Now the problem is, how do people manage their money? Are they really doing it well? The answer could be yes. Some people feel the answer could be no. But do they are they really aware with in terms of facts and figures and projections that whether they are taking the right course or not? That is a big, big question, right? So this is a context I wanted to set that yes, you will find a lot of people who are really earning well, but there is a problem, and the CFP certification can help in solving the problem. So let's just look at it. Let's look at the trends and let's begin. So, friends, please understand everybody that uh, today, when somebody, let's say, starts a job, or somebody who is in a job but he is not really invested, he thinks, let's begin. One fine day, chalo, ab investment start karte hain. ठीक है? Who do we rely on? What do? We either go to a mutual fund distributor. We even go, let's say, I go to the bank, I see an RM who comes to me, and the most trusted of the Lord's friends are our friends and colleagues. So, when, despite completing my MBA in finance, and when I joined my first job, the first salary I got, I thought that let's just put some money in investments. So, the colleague who used to sit on the right side is the one who was my trusted person that time because he was investing in the markets for 3 4 years. Two stocks I still remember. I'll not name the companies. In fact, both of them have liquidated and they are delisted, liquidated. They are out of the system. They don't exist anymore. The two stocks that he told me, and I made my investments, 100% loss. 100% loss on that. So, and trust me on this point that when I take many interviews every week. And when I take interviews and I have this question always, I say, okay, fine, you've started your job, you're working. How do you make your investments? What is the basis of it? People tell me that, I have a friend who does it. I have, let's say, I know somebody from a reference, he's helping me out. Sir, those are not ways. Right? The friend who told me those two stocks, did he really care about my issues, my financial background? See, I could, consume that loss because I was at the start of my career. But what if I was like somebody who's 55, he's got various responsibilities, marry kids, make a house and things, and then I lose this capital? Extremely, extremely difficult. That's the point that we have to understand here that the CFP professional does not look at it in terms of product selling. It's not about product selling at all, friends. So what it's about, aligning money with your life. You are earning well, good. We want you as trusted advisors. We want you to focus on what you are great at. And don't get stressed on the money because we are there. We are going to manage your money. We are going to align your money with, with life, with your life. We will bring that lens, which is absolutely murky in most of the cases. Right? So, first question that I have for you is what is the one thing you feel somebody should have told you before you bought your first investment or your first insurance policy? Risk and reward. Okay, great. What about others? No, not net worth. I'm saying what financial goal. Okay. So think about financial goal. What is the purpose? Excellent, Kalyan. Excellent. Gopal Krishnan, investments are risky. Yes. It's not that you're going to make money every time. You will have to give some time, then some disciplined investing, then let the magic or power of compounding do its business. It's safe or not. Absolutely, Nilesh. So, Nilesh, Gopal, Kalyan, Gauri, absolutely, absolutely. These are extremely, extremely important things. But what happens? We miss it because we see, I make an investment today. I will make money out of it. That's not the point, right? Let's go to the next slide. Yeah. So, as I was telling you, that the CFP professional is not actually into product pushing. Push nahi karega products. That's very, very clear because he will very clearly say that, okay, fine, I will help you to plan your things and all. But firstly, I want to understand you. Who are you? What are you? What are your aspirations of life? What do you want to achieve? And then look into all the aspects, which is his risk tolerance, his income expenses, kya cash flows are raha hai, what are the life goals, what is the tax situation, what is the retirement requirement, right? Then look at all of it in a holistic fashion and then give you solutions. Help to help the money being managed properly, giving a direction and sense to the earnings you're making, right? So this is extremely important. And what we see normally is when we meet somebody, he's pitching. So you go to, let's say, even an SI, let's say a PMS fund, 50 lakh rupees ka. So what is he pitching? He's trying to give me an idea about the fund. What is the historical returns? What is the alpha generation history that he is trying to show, right? What is the downside protection of the fund and things like that? How much is active managed? How things daily look like? Credentials about the fund manager, right? But they don't really talk about what are your goals. Is that 50 lakh investment with a net worth of 3.5 crores even it justified for you or not? That is where a CFP would come in and guide him ki nahi, this is not for you. You should have at least a net worth of 10 crores and then go for a 5% investment in PMS. Because you're not diversifying your investments. You're going with one house, the fund doesn't do good, you will have to get your money out. What if there is a lock-in? What if there are, and on a long-term basis, there could be many charges. It's not as transparent as a mutual fund, right? So these are things which CFPs would do and they think differently. They have, when you go for this certification, when you study here, the curriculum, your thought process is going to change. Your vision is going to broaden up. That am I only an advisor on one aspect? Why not? Can't I look at the complete universe for the client? And that is for you. Okay. Now, one thing I always hear from people is that are you better than CAs? Are you better than MFDs? No, that's not the point, right? Because chartered accountants and mutual fund distributors, friends, are doing the best. They're giving the best value, but in their particular domains. A mutual fund distributor looks after mutual funds. And a chartered accountant looks after your compliances, which is taxes, payment of taxes on time, advanced taxes, GST, and things like that. If you have a business, GST, right? But they're not trained. Please understand the point. A chartered accountant is not told on day one that you have to do financial and holistic financial planning for your client. Same with the mutual fund distributor, NIS and 5A doesn't train you for that. But when you land into the CFP certification, you are told on day one that you are the one who's going to be a one-stop solution. You have to provide holistic advice, not only taxation, but what about his investments? What about his retirement? What about his goals? What about his dreams, aspirations of life? If he cannot achieve it, okay, tell him on his face because his numbers are not showing that. Let's make a plan B out of it, right? So it does not really compete with these professions. It actually complements it because you are going to be doing something you are like you are like a financial doctor. We call it as a financial doctor, right? And the CFPs are trained to see the big picture. They're not really into, commissions ki baat kam hoti hai. It's more about product. It's not even about products. It's more about solutions, goals, aspirations, managing money for life and financial independence. Financial independence reduces the stress in life. You find people who are earning a lot, still they are stressed because, see, I might be best at in the domain that I'm working, but maybe I'm not a good money manager. And most of us are not. Most of us are not. It only comes with application, with experience, right? And it's a very important aspect of life. When we make decisions on other aspects of life, like finding the right uh, partner in life, right? Finding the right college where you want to go. Do you want to go for engineering college A, B, MBA college A, B? It depends. It has a huge impact on your life. Similarly, when you're earning that much amount of money, and this is something you can explain to your clients. the client has to be sure about that he is giving his money, or somebody is there who is technically excellent in managing personal finance and doing a holistic planning. So this happens on day one. That's the briefing you get when you join the CFP certification program, right? So I want to know now from you, just think about the one person who do you trust the most when it comes to your investments today. Who do you trust the most? Who do you think it could be someone from your family, outside friends, professional advisors, or someone? So who are you really trusting right now your finances with? Yes, please. No answers. You're not trusting anybody but yourself. Okay. Nobody, to be honest, except I'm DIY. So Gauri, did you actually continue your SIPs when the markets started correcting, or did you actually think of taking a break out of that? Alak says, nobody, to be honest, except myself. Right, Alak? Kalyan, Chondulu, myself. So, but my dear friends, my experience tells me that you have you have to have good amount of technical knowledge to really manage your money properly, because asset allocations can really make and break things out. I've seen it. I've seen experiences of this, who have faith on us, and some know that's okay, right? While corrections takes place. Yeah, mutual fund distributors, right? They're the best in their thing, but they're only looking at mutual funds, my friends. That's the thing that we have to understand. They will not look at your taxation impacts. They will not look at your retirement aspects. They will not be able to align those things with, and try to bring in cash flow from one stream to the other and actually managing it out. Right? Let's go to the next slide. Now, this is a research which the Financial Planning Standards Board did, right? And this is actually, they say it's a global research, but I'm showing you the results of the research, which is actually done on some 1,400 Indians, right? So what did they say? They said when that's the feedback they took from clients who were actually taking advice from, or they had at some point of the time or continuously a CFP professional as an advisor. Financial security, 91% said. Trust in professionals. See, this is the first thing. A CFP professional brings in trust. He is in a fiduciary relationship, which means he is looking at client first. The only thing he looks at is the client, the you. Financial confidence, 75% had a boost. That yes, now we feel we are confident as far as managing our money because we have a trusted person. Improved quality of life. Why, friends, improved quality of life? Because, friends, we get stressed. Trust me, we are stressed. If I have to buy a house, 3.5 crores का घर खरीदना है मुझे 5 साल में, I am stressed. I might be earning that much, but then am I really managing it properly? Which asset class should I put it? When I should exit that money? That is stressful. Better family relationships, because when, see, understand the point. If you love your job and you are into your job, right, and then you and your clients, they are earning very well, and then what's happening is they get the cash flow and they know that their money is being managed properly, it is going in the right direction, and where they had a say in the decision making as to where and how my money should go. A CFP, a financial advisor, is going to give them plan A, plan B, plan C. They are the ones who are supposed to give the final observation, and then, of course, correct the decisions as times go, and improved mental health. Because stress, work, work का stress है, then money का stress है, and family goals का stress है, life का stress है, that I'm doing so hard. I'm working so hard. Will I really be successful as a father, as a husband? That's a big question. As a wife, because is money available for the kids? Is it sufficient for them? That is also a kind of a success. Or will I be able to lead a stressful life after retirement, even before retirement? These are very important aspects which advisors can really help, but they have to be the ones whom you can trust, bank on. And as CFPs, you can become one of them. Of course, this is the main essence of the practice profession here. And that's the reason why you see that the CFP community in India actually grew almost close to 18% year on year in 2024 onward. As a matter of fact, there are 3,215 CFP professionals who are continuing in the profession, which is actually part of 230,000 globally, right? Recently, if you look at the FPSP board website, India website, you would see that they've signed a corporate agreement with SBI, State Bank of India, and they've done with a lot of other leading corporates, private corporates like Bajaj Capital, Mirai Asset, Motilal Oswal, HDFC, and Religare Broking. So why are these corporates coming and doing these, partnerships with FPSP? Because these corporates are all in the BFSI space. They know that the CFP certificate holders are the gold standard. They are the best in the business, and if they employ them, that one, it improves credibility of the organization, that you have people who can be trusted by people, by the markets, by the regulators. And then it also adds more business in their hand, because when you send a trust person who can be trusted, people will give them more money to manage. They will get more references. They don't really have to push themselves, friends. It's only about establishing, because they come with technical qualification and with a lot of other soft skills as well. It's only about exposure and experience that you require on managing clients wealth, managing clients money and things. The moment you have it, you have a tremendous career as a CFP professional in the BFSI space. Now, just let's look at the career options one can have. So, friends, in this, you can go into wealth management, you can go into private banking. If you notice, wealth management is, you open any news channel, every day you will find there are a couple of 2 or 3 news items I see every day on wealth management. Some or the other bank is actually either starting wealth management, expanding their branches, they're opening multiple branches in the north of India, south of India, this and that, right? Even global players are coming in India and opening wealth management shops, because they know, as I said, there people are Indians are earning well, but we still have a gap in terms of managing it well, right? Investment consultancy, portfolio management, insurance. You will be taught about all of it, and you can always go into the insurance field. It's a big part of the BFSI industry. Fintechs, why not? Fund management, tax planning, succession planning. There are a lot of career options that you have, and it the CFP certification, the tag after your name, actually gives a very strong message to the recruiter that you are in a serious business here. You know what you want to achieve, and that's why you are here. So it's the right direction. Let's go to the next slide. Now, I want to actually, throw some light on wealth management, because this is a very, very, thing that we have been listening and hearing about it. See, friends, wealth management has evolved over the years. It's not the same old, those 20 or 30 business houses with wealth. You're finding a lot of youngsters having wealth. In fact, the number of youngsters as wealthy in Asia is picking up the most. That's because of they're getting legacies from their parents. Second is the one is about starting of startups. They're exiting startups. They're actually doing a lot of work. They're actually working in the US and they're earning a lot of money, right? Different countries and things. Indians have exposure everywhere these days, right? So it's not the old way. Now, if somebody is in the wealth management industry, he cannot continue the way he was doing it I would say, even a decade back, because numbers are good. Those stories about Buffett and Warren Buffett, in fact, and his way of money management and things and all are very, very good. But those are only stories. They want action. They are okay. You give them, you tell them, I have earned a splendid return on your the portfolio you gave me. That's okay, but that's only one part of the aspect. They're not very happy with it. They would say this is not a holistic answer to my question, because they want the money to be used the money should have a large and does have a larger purpose in their life. They have to align their families, they have to align the money. The money should, give them good returns, but it should also align with their life. So they require a whole package of, in terms of advice, in terms of, they want stewardship. Somebody should come and be my right hand man when it comes to how do I manage my money. And money is not huge amount of money is available. It brings in a lot of stress. 100 crores is kept in the account. What do I do with this money? If I put in equity, then it corrects. How will I answer to my family? So there are a lot of things. The dynamism has really improvised. And there is what is the CFP certification which comes in, right? Because the CFP certification is going to help them to manage these things with integrity. It's going to be that, yes, we will guide you to, not only protect your wealth, but grow it in a sustainable fashion. Because the complexity is more. Also help them in terms of succession planning, setting up private trusts. A lot of things can actually be handled and serviced by a certified financial planner. And they don't want a product specialist to go to them. They want someone who is a holistic view, who has a holistic view of things, who can understand multiple directions of things and really bring that value. So somebody has to fill the gap. Returns is only one aspect, my friends. Right? Let's go to the next slide. Who should consider the CFP path? Now, this is a very, very interesting element, friends. See, the fundamental point you require here is that I am someone who wants to, get the best of the world. I'll tell you how. I want the best of the world. I want to be in a profession where because of the advice I provide, it has the power to change somebody's life. When based on our experiences, when we see that, the advice I gave a client, let's say 10 years back, it is becoming fruitful to him. He has been able to manage 3 of his goals successfully. And he is looking forward to a, to a, let's say, sufficient retirement corpus and a very, very healthy retired life. That is what he's looking forward. He's not stressed. He knows his money is managed well. See, money is always, see, please understand the point. Money kya hai? Right? We say money is a store of value, but money is actually a way to attain higher levels in life. But provided it is put in the right direction and we value that thing कि money को efficiently utilize करना है. It should work for me. It should be working 24/7 for me. If it is not, I have an inefficient system in place. Right? So it's a win-win because you are paid for transforming somebody's life and you become trustworthy. You become so trustworthy that they're going to share everything about their life with you because they feel you are someone who can look at it from a holistic point of view, and that is what it is. So it does not really require that you have to be from a finance field, accounting field. Nahi, kuch nahi. Anybody can come in. We have so many engineers who are becoming CFPs now, right? MBAs, even homemakers. But if you have a drive of, meeting clients, helping clients, becoming that trustworthy person, right? What stops you to join a profession where it's going to actually lead? It's a purpose-driven business, friends, or a profession. So as I say, this slide says the profession with purpose. Because we are very, very clear, product selling is out. It's not there. We have to look at goals. We have to provide holistic, and that is what even if the client doesn't know it today, he's going to know it. He will evolve. He will understand. He will come back to you, and he will demand that value add. So if somebody who is at an X level right now, he has to upgrade himself. He has to become a CFP certified professional. This is human driven, relationship driven. Trust कैसे बनता है? Please understand the point. How is anybody able to trust somebody? One is technical qualification. Second is when the person really understands that yes, um, I have somebody in place who is working in fiduciary capacity, client first, right? And is working hard to bring transformation in your life, right? That's the impact. That's the path. So CFP is a profession with purpose, right? So it's a win-win for anyone who really thinks he wants to make a serious career in the BFSI space. You want to get into a host of career opportunities I showed you. You have your own advisory firm. You want to upskill yourself. You want to bring the next level of advice. You should join the CFP certification, right? So let me now, and before I go to, actually going into the nitty-gritties of the certification and things like that, I just want to mention this thing here. If you can see the numbers, how many? There are only 3,200 CFPs in India, right? Mutual fund distributors are roughly around close to 2 lakh now, right? So there's a huge gap. And when firms like SBI are going to come in, and I'm very sure the day I read the news, I was very clear on this fact that when SBI comes in, they're going to actually hire a lot of CFPs now in their wealth management divisions because they also want to become aggressive with this value add businesses, right? So it's going to create opportunities for people who want to actually work in these leading banks of India. Okay. So now let's just get to the nitty-gritties of the CFP certification. Some details here, friends. The first one is this is a US-based certification. It is basically the FPSB board, Financial Planning Standard Board, is the only authority in the world to uh, give the CFP certification globally. This certification is actually recognized in 27, now I think it is 28 countries. And a unique thing of this certification is that you don't have to wait till the final certification. Let's say somebody joins the regular pathway where there are 4 levels of this to get this certification. So what happens is once you clear one level, let's say it's level 1, which is investment planning specialist, the board recognizes you there that we are certifying this individual is an investment planning specialist. The recognition starts there, the reward starts there, because I've seen people starting their very basic advice, but they start that fine, I'm from an IT field, I work in a software company in Hyderabad, but on the weekends what I'm doing is I've started speaking to my friends, advising, starting that yes, I've learned something, I've learned about asset allocations, let's sit and let's do a workshop on that. That is the start that you get, because you also need that kind of experience. So I tell all my students that why don't you start it? Why are you waiting? You can always do it. You can do workshops on what you've learned. That can, of course, guide others as well, right? And typically it takes around 6 to 12 months to clear the CFP certification. It does not take 3 or 4 years, unlike other certifications that we know, professional financial certifications that we know. So 6 to 12 months. How can it happen in 6 months? I will let you know, but in some time. What is the eligibility? Now they've kept it very much open. Anyone who is 18 years of age, who's cleared his 10+2, he can join. But please understand the point that the certification will only be given to someone who is a graduate, right? So if you are in the first year, it's an ideal time you should start your CFP certification. Because slowly, you're going to complete it. And by the time you've done your graduation, you also have a professional certification along attached with your resume, right? One thing I want to mention here is the certification comes only if somebody has either a 3-year experience or 1 year of supervised articleship or a training under a practicing CFP. ICFP definitely right now, like I have actually under me 3 research interns, right, who are CFPs. They've cleared the examination and everything. They've done with everything, but they don't have the relevant experience. So they are right now working with me. Right. We've kept it very much flexible that we can manage. Few hours in a week is good enough for us. You can work in your own profession if you're working or you are in your doing something else, you can do that, but we can certainly guide you and help you in getting the articulation. That is doable. ICFP is doing it. Now coming to the hard skills, friends. What do you learn? What do you learn in the CFP certification, friends? When it comes to the regular pathway, friends, as I said earlier, we have 4 levels here. Level 1 is investment planning specialist. Here we have 3 modules. First is personal financial management, to understand the personal financial situation of a client, right? What is his net worth? What are the cash flows he's getting? Is he really that financially efficient that he shows? Or what does his books actually tell you, right? And then, defining goals, mathematically computing his different goals of life, and then helping him achieve it. How does the help happen? That is taken care of in the investment planning asset management module. You will be learning about all the major asset classes: equities, fixed income, real estate, gold, alternates, right? What about asset allocations? What about portfolio risk, right? What about mutual funds? Different kind of products that you have, structured products and things like that as well. REITs, right? And then also about investor psychology is an extremely important aspect that is covered here. Then, friends, the third module is regulatory environment and legal compliances. Friends, BFSI is a regulated sector, right, by RBI and SEBI. So uh, there is an ample amount of knowledge that is transferred to you, so that you don't find any issues in complying with these things, either in your professional career or in your or your own advisory firm or things like that. Coming to level 2, retirement planning and tax planning specialist, friends, the retirement planning module is going to give you in-depth knowledge about how do you do retirement planning, what are the various investment tools available in India during the accumulation part of it, till the time I get to the age of 60, and how do I really guide my clients once they have that much amount of money to actually generate a monthly income source. A lot of people, friends, I meet, they're so happy. Trust me, I'm telling you, they're so happy when they retire, because, and typically I'm saying in terms of PSUs in private companies, because when they retire, they do get a good corpus. PSU में काम करते हैं, Coal India में I know someone retired with a corpus of 2 crores, right? Very happy. He says, now my life is stress-free. But friends, that 2 crore rupees has to be, some of it, he's going to use it for, let's say, marrying a daughter, marrying a son, buying, let's say, a house or something, right? Then he's left with, let's say, 1.5 crores. Stress comes in. I have to get this, I need to get an income out of this 1.5 crores. Where should I invest this money? Should I invest in equities? If I lose it, how will I recover it? You don't have, will you again go back to start working again? Who's going to give you a job then? These are tough questions to answer, right? And this is what you are going to be trained at. How do you answer such tough questions for clients? Coming to uh, level 3, which is risk and estate planning specialist, friends, you will learn about insurance here. What is the requirement of insurance? Everything about insurance in terms of, different kind of products, traditional products, modern products, ULIPs, endowments, money backs, right? Everything about it, because insurance is a very important, crucial aspect of an individual's life, right? Then comes succession planning. Though we don't have it as a curriculum in any other program actually in India. I didn't study it when I was in my MBA finance. We never heard of it. But CFP does provide this element of thing whereby you can help clients prepare a plan, right, for succession planning, because there are lakhs and lakhs of cases in courts, friends, only on these disputes, family disputes. And if a CFP can, or an advisor can help them, sail through this peacefully, I think what best can you really do? So, as I said, advisory with purpose-driven mission, right? So, coming to the final level, friends, there are 2 aspects. One is you have to submit a financial plan. You have to prepare one which will guide you completely. You have to submit it to the board for approval, and you have to go for a final exam. So this is the journey of a CFP certification once you join the program. Now, friends, it doesn't only end at the hard skills. It's also about soft skills, because, as I said, it's a human thing. It's a human business. Relationships, trust building, That will not happen when we don't know empathy, when we don't know what are the professional standards, what are the rules of conduct, what are the ethics which a CFP has to practice in his profession. What is, and there are a couple of other serious research things that have happened in psychology, in other aspects also of the different things in terms of what is appreciative inquiry, what is critical thinking, how can you really become a critical thinker, what tools you require. You can use the help of AI these days because that's a developing trend, but we need, and you will be trained on these soft skills as well. Okay, now coming to why, once you've decided to pursue the CFP certification, why should you join International College of Financial Planning? Friends, International College of Financial Planning is the oldest premium education provider for the Certified Financial Planner program. Friends, ICFP is the learning vertical of Bajaj Capital. I'm sure all of you have heard about Bajaj Capital and the kind of change that they've brought in the society by making people aware about. They started with the trend of fixed deposits. My dad was a regular investor with them. I was a kid, I never knew about it, but now he tells me, yes, I am. They started with this fixed deposit concept and we really made money out of it. That's what he tells me. That's the kind of a legacy, helping people make money. And that has evolved by, bringing in the certified financial planning program, because let's bring in purpose, right? So that is the kind of a thing. And uh, think about the kind of experience ICFP has because of its interaction with people who are in the market, who are daily dealing with such, queries of clients and things like that. Most experienced and qualified CFP faculty is at ICFP. We have more than 20 faculties, friends, that we have. Minimum qualification for every one of us is a CFP. You have CFPs with chartered accountants, CFPs with LLBs, CFPs, PhDs, right? CFP, and many other financial planning, MBAs, of course. I'm also an MBA finance, right? When I actually was looking at it in terms of what is the teaching experience of CFP that we have, collectively have, it's more than 75 years. More than 75 years, friends. Highest number of CFP alumni are ICFPs. You check with any leading name in the personal finance space who's in financial advisory in any big company, you will find he has been a student or a relationship with ICFP. Right? Consistent track record since the time we've been established. In this slide, friends, we are showing a couple of these star faculties we have. In fact, just to let you know, on the left hand top box, Professor Madhu Sinha, she is the Dean of International College of Financial Planning, and she won the Educator of the Year 2023-24 award by the Financial Planning Standard, because the board recognizes that ICFP brings in the right talent, they have the right set of faculties, because their mission is very, very clear. It's only one. We are going to make people CFPs. We want to bring in this purpose-driven advice to India. And this is again, as I was saying, this is a very clear message from the leadership of Bajaj Capital as well, that we are in the same business. Let's create more CFPs. Now, in terms of the study options, friends, the option that you have is you can join virtual classes on Zoom. So what happens typically is, like we are sitting right now here, you will be there in sessions which are roughly around 2 hours of sessions, either on weekdays in the evenings or on weekends, which is Saturday and Saturday evening and Sunday morning. So by, let's say, by maybe maximum by 1:30 you are free, or it is roughly like 9 to 11, so you're free by 11 o'clock in the morning, right? You can even go for either the weekday or the weekends, as I just mentioned. The other part is, friends, that uh, you can even decide and choose the e-learning option. Now, what is the meaning of e-learning? It is that you will get access to pre-recorded sessions. It's the same faculties who have provided pre-recorded sessions for different modules, as I was just briefing you. And that is kind of a DIY, do it yourself access. You have access of it 24/7. You can even, view it whenever as per your convenience. This is for people who cannot really commit to a timing. We do understand as professionals at times, or you're also pursuing something else, you want to add it, you can't really dedicate this time, but you can of course go through the e-learning, because we don't really, as far as the faculties are concerned, it's the same for us. You will be part of the doubt sessions. You will be part of all the interactive sessions that we have and refresher sessions. So everything, there's no basic distinction between virtual and e-learning. It is just that the knowledge that is coming to you is different, where the faculty has already recorded the sessions and that access is provided to you on the state-of-the-art learning management system. India's most comprehensive CFP study material, friends, comes from ICOFP. If you look at our concept books, our workbooks, they're just top class. You talk about the kind of mock tests that we have on the system. They would really, and the person of course has to study. It's not that you will say no, we'll not study. Just let us get through it. No. You will have to study, because ultimately you have to guide, advise your clients better, right? But if you study properly, if you follow the process as ICFP is going to guide you, you will definitely get success. A lot of people are getting success here. One thing unique at ICFP is the personalized mentorship. See, we do understand that when somebody joins the CFP, of course, it could be that there is an extra amount of handholding that is required. So that is what we know, at what places we have to provide that. We will provide you that right now, as based on the current capacity, we are providing you that in the initial part and the final gear. When you go for the level 4, definitely there's a mentor assigned to you. And these mentors are qualified CFPs, alumni of ICFP, and people who have recently passed. Recently passed. We would even, let's say, take up, let's say, someone, if we find he's capable enough to become a mentor, even from, let's say, any of the batches. It's not that difficult, but there is of course a criteria that we take to shortlist people. And when you join ICFP, you can always become a mentor, but provided, yes, you are one who is doing what is required, you are being very, very good as a student with us, right? And a lot of assignments are also given, which you have to do on the LMS, right? So that's about the learning resources. Now coming to the fees. Now friends, fee is divided between two parts. One is what the board charges, and second is what ICOFP charges. So this one, friends, is the fees of the board. Now what do we see here, friends? The registration fee is 18,000 rupee. This is, friends, valid for 1 year. Then, friends, there is there is this fee of buying ebooks of FPSB. Now, this is mandatory by the board. That yes, you have to buy the e-learning content of the board, and for which level-wise fees for level 1 to 3 is 6,500 rupees. Now, friends, there is no need of paying upfront as far as the ebook money is concerned. It will be in stages as you go by level 1, then level 2, then you can always make it as you move forward in the journey. Okay, the exam fee, friends, is for level 1 to level 3. If somebody is going in the regular pathway, it is 8,000 rupees per exam. And for the CFP final exam, it is 13,000 rupees. As I was mentioning, there is a financial plan assessment. For this, friends, the fee is 12,000 rupees. And for getting the specialist certificates, I mean, as you move in the journey, you will always get those certificates. You have to pay a fee of 10,500. Now, I was talking about something whereby anyone who's joining this program can complete it in 4 to 6 months. Yes, this is possible. That pathway is known as the fast track pathway. Now, friends, the FPSB board very clearly says that we do recognize people who are from the financial industry who can be given an exemption for appearing, for not appearing actually in level 1, 2, 3 and only going for level 4. But there is an eligibility and an experience requirement. The eligibility is if someone who is a financial specialist like a CFA from the CFA Institute US, he is a CPA, CMA, ACCA. He's a chartered accountant from ICAI India. He's an Indian chartered accountant, right? He is even a CA intern. That plus with an articleship is also acceptable to them. Friends, then most important is if you are an MBA in any stream, you are eligible to apply for the fast track pathway and directly land into the level 4. Now, along with the education, they require an experience of 3 years of work experience in the BFSI space. Now, if you have both of these elements, please join the fast track program, because the fast track program of ICFP also comes in with a lot of advantages, a lot of hand holding. We actually curate the process. We have tried to improvise it. Right now I think it's showing drastic results, because our a lot of fast track guys are actually clearing their exams, and they're feeling very, very helpful that 6 months they could sort the CFP, they could add one more certification after their name, right? uh, then, friends, about the fast track pathway fee, there is a validation fee of 5,000 rupees, friends. After that, once the validation is over, you have to pay a fee, registration plus content fee of 34,000 rupees, friends. And again, the same drill, which is, whatever is required in the CFP final level, which is the financial plan assessment, final exam, and the certification, right? Now, let's see what is the study fee at International College of Financial Planning. See, friends, anyone who's joining the regular pathway, right? So first one is the virtual learning, where the faculties come in on Zoom and train you, guide you. The fee, combined fee for all the 4 levels is 60,000 rupees. Now, when it comes to the second part of it, which is the alternate, which is DIY model, e-learning model, right? Where you can watch the recordings from the same faculties on the LMS. The combined fee for all the 4 levels is 45,000 rupees. Okay. Then, friends, when it comes to the fast track, right? If you have the relevant education experience, you can join the fast track pathway. The fee is 45,000 rupees. Okay, so it also includes, it's a comprehensive bundle package for fast track pathway, because it includes the fees of, we provide your mentor, and all the other aspects of the CFP fast track pathway is all, everything is covered. So these are all actually bundle fees for you, right? Uh, Now the offer for the day. The offer for the day is a flat 3,000 rupees discount on all pathways, be it virtual, e-learning, or fast track pathway. The second thing is, if somebody who's joining the regular pathways, right? Either in the virtual or the e-learning, that's okay. You can also save an additional 16,250 rupees on FPSP content fee. Along with this, friends, we are also providing you two more benefits, which is the NISM 5A e-learning videos of 15 hours plus, which is available alternatively for 5,000 rupees, but is providing it's being provided free today with the CFP enrollment, and 7 hours of premium stock trading recordings, which again are being provided free today with if the CFP enrollment happens today. And this is again something for rupees 5,000. So you're getting a host of advantages and benefits today, friends, and giving you a sense of why this certification is essential. But we are not only restricting to that. What we've added today, friends, is that if someone who joins in the regular pathway, friends, once the person completes his uh, final examination, the first year certification, the fee for which is rupees 10,500, will be on us, right? So ICFP is going to, pay for that first year's certification worth 10,500 rupees. Okay. So if I have to just give you a sense of the offer for the day, you can save up to 29,000 rupees, right? And how can one person book it? You can pay us through, you can pay the entire fee, or you can pay 10,000 rupees today, and the balance can be paid in 6 easy EMIs. This will happen through our NBFC partners, right, at 0% interest. So, friends, we can now take up questions. But if you have any iota of questions, you have a lot of things to discuss with us. The number is in front of you on the screen. This is 97114 37779. My team of CFP counselors will guide you properly with your, uh, how do you really join the program today? Okay, so I think this is from my side. Thank you so much. Now we can take up questions, Kanaya.
Yeah, Rishi, I can see a couple of questions in the chat box. Can you please start taking one by one?
Sure. So chat box. Okay, great. So I'll start with Harry and then I'll go up. Harry says, what's the class strength and for how many years the coaching fee is valid? Class strength typically it's roughly around 25 to 30 people. And how many years the coaching fee is valid? Uh, Coaching fee is valid for it's basically till the time you complete your CFP, you're with us. So we're going to provide you support till that. That is what it is. Okay, then Piyush says total time frame for the regular track. See, it depends, Piyush. If you are going for the weekday batch, whereby you have 5 classes Monday to Friday, 2 hours each, the curriculum is going to finish in 6 months, right? And if you are someone who is going for the weekend batch, which is 2 sessions on Saturday, Sunday, 4 hours basically, then it's going to run around 9 to 10 months, I would say. Okay, Prashva Shah says, can CFP certified be an MFD and PMS distributors? Yes, there is no restriction. You don't have to really give your ARN or anything. You can always do that. Sangeeta, absolutely. E-learn, we have these town hall meetings every Wednesday, and it would be focus driven as well. So when there is a e-learning doubt clearing session, you can come in. Then also, after let's say the 25th of the month, every month after 25th, we do have sessions, special sessions where the faculties come and guide, take sessions for different modules for the e-learning. So we do give that close handholding. You don't really have to be worried on that. Okay. Narpat, what type of experience is required to obtain final certificate? You need 3 years of BFSI experience, right? And if you don't have it, then we can, of course, help you with that 1 year of articleship under any of the practicing CFP at our end, also at Bajaj Capital's end. Class timings and days, number of days per week. See, additional hours required outside of class to complete the course. See, I would say, Narpat, if you can give 1 to 2 hours, 1 hour, I would say, if you're going for the regular pathway, 1 to 2 hours, if you're giving, then that is good enough. And if you're going straight away for fast track pathway, where you plan to complete it in 6 months, then you have to give a little higher. But my point is, one thing I want to make it very, very clear here, you have to be connected. You have to come in the session, study. If you continuously study, you are in the rhythm, absolutely no problem at all. Anushri, it depends. If you are in the regular pathway, there are 4 levels. If you are in the fast track pathway, but if you have, which means you have the relevant education and experience, then you can straight away go for the final level. Insights, who's this? Anushri, Narpat again. Hi, would appreciate your insights. It is a must to be from financial background to be good CFP. Oh no, absolutely not. Narpat, all I want is, see, it is finance. I don't need you to be, someone who's got an accounting background. Nothing is required. Finance is more of logic, and a lot of engineers are actually doing it, my friend. Not at all a problem. Okay, so Biswajit, I want to webinars. No, I don't know what. We're not giving any these webinar certifications, my friend. Alak Mazumdar. I'm 65 years old, engineer and lawyer, retired from ISC MFD and MD with insurance company. What can be correct options for me? So, Alak ji, for you, though, see, you're saying that you are an MFD, right? For you, it's going to help you to expand your service verticals. Not only restricting, as I said, to product base, which is mutual funds, but more than that. It's, times have changed. Now, if you only have brochures of products, I think a lot of people want more involved kind of, service. Okay, so what next? Sarthak, with ICFP, Sarthak, it's going to be, the curriculum is going to be roughly around, I would say it takes 4 to 5 months to complete. Then after that, you will have to then prepare. So basically, maybe 6 months is what I would say. Kishan Kumar, 45,000 includes fee related FPSB. Kishan, can you just give a call on this number 9711347779 and my counselor can take it up. I think there are more details in your case. FPSB hard copy? No, Harry, FPSB doesn't provide hard copies, but I think you can download them and you can then take printouts of it. That's the way I did it. Vishnu Vardhan, what is the prominence of CFP in UAE countries? See, Vishnu, the FPSB does not have a branch in the UAE countries, but CFP, the recruiters are, they do give preference to CFP. In fact, there are people who are pursuing CFP with us who are working in these organizations in UAE, specifically in Dubai, because they have been guided by their teams to, to get this actually. But they don't really have one board right now. Maybe they'll have it in future. Okay. Mohammed, placement services, absolutely, Mohammed. In fact, just to let you know, we have two opportunities open right now. Because recruiters, when they know we are the biggest in this business, they do engage us in getting the right talent, right? So if you are part of the teams, what is going to happen? You will be seeing a lot of these messages of recruitment being circulated in the groups, right? Sushmita Pandey, in terms of job listings and packages. See, Sushmita, I don't know about your background. If you can give me a little sense of it, then I can give you a better answer on this. Kalyan, how about clearing 3 levels of exam? Nahi, Kalyan, acha, if you are the one who was asking question on the weekday wala path, regular pathway weekday batch, then simultaneously you will have to give the exam. Let's say you've studied for level 1 for 2 months. So after that, in the third month, you will give your exam and you will continue studying for level 2 now. So that it happens. You can take, people do it simultaneously as well. Vishnu Vardhan, for the fast track batch, will you guide us from the basics? Yes. So you are going to have, see, because you're directly landing in level 4, we do understand you are not aware of anything. So there's going to be roughly around 55 hours of refresher sessions for the 6 modules, which is going to be part of your final curriculum. Before we even start with the final curriculum, right? So we'll give you that basics. We'll test you in terms of the milestones, and then you will land in the final. For the fast track batch, will you guide? I'm an insurance advisor. Will it qualify for fast track experience? I am a CA inter. CA inter, definitely. Krishan, I'm sure you've done articleship. Just share your resume with Krishan and his team, and they're going to process it. Okay. Fast track recorded videos available. Yes, whatever recordings, because you are going to be live in the sessions in fast track, friends. So you will get access to LMS and your recordings are going to be there. Okay. I'm an MF Savita. I'm an
There's a
MFD at,
question from,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you in between, sir. There's a question from
Yes.
Ankit Khajanchi, sir. He's a qualified CA. He is asking that CA in practice cannot do PMS or wealth management services. Kindly clarify.
CA in practice.
He's a qualified CA, yes, sir.
Okay. So, but what does he want to know? That he
He
is a
wants to
CA
know that
practice.
CA in
Okay.
practice cannot do PMS or wealth management services.
Why can't, because we have a lot of CAs who are pursuing CFP with us. But
Yes, sir.
my dear friend, we've not heard of this thing. I'll check it and I'll come back. But I don't know if there is any restriction that you can't go beyond your tax advisory. So uh, I'll have to see it first. Right. So which questions did I do take? Because I've taken many of them. Kanaya, please guide.
So, Rishi, let's see if there is any raised hand. Okay, so Mohammed Arshad, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Mohammed Arshad. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah. I am an MBA with total 25 years of experience in BFSI sector, and recently I have also passed the mutual fund distribution series NISM series 5A.
Yes, please continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So currently I am 50 years of age, and also I am pursuing law from Osmania University. Final semester I will be writing in the month of July. So,
Okay.
is this any age hindrance in getting this CFP certification and then
Not
carrying
at
out?
all. Not at all. In fact, I mean, in every batch, we have 2 to 3 people who are above 50 years only. Because people in their different, when they're in the BFSI industry, right, they've, let's say, reached a middle management role. Then they get that kind of a push that, if I want to become a vertical lead, I want to head a department. Like, for example, in Bajaj Capital, most of the vertical heads are CFPs. Either they are CFPs or they are pursuing their CFPs. So you will find 2 or 3 people who are in the age bracket of 50s, and they're pursuing very, very actively the CFP.
I was also working for Bajaj Allianz as a senior territory manager looking after Telangana region.
Right. That's great to
Because
know.
of my law exams, actually the code of conduct, after successfully getting my certificate of practice from All India Bar Council, I am not authorized to work anywhere drawing a salary. So for that reason, I have left the job, and I've written the mutual fund exam. I want to do my own, basically my own law firm and my own legal and financial consultancy.
Advisor, yes. I understood that, sir, Mohammadji, and I think it's. I mean, you have to take a decision. You want to become the credible advisor, financial advisor,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Absolutely. And in fact, for the succession planning, definitely I think this is a great combination of being a lawyer and a CFP with understanding of succession and things like that. That is also big business now with wealthy clients because they have a lot of requirements. Complex estates requires complex, structures and strategies like private trusts and things like that.
Exactly, exactly. And one last question, sir, that uh, uh, this CFP, this one trademark comes from a USA or from India?
CFP registered is now a trademark in India, sir.
Okay. So we will be certified from this US also, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, sir. It was beautiful, really nice, thought provoking. Definitely looking forward for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Piyush ji, you can unmute yourself. Piyush Gupta.
Hi, myself Piyush, and with respect to my education, I am engineer and Masters of Science MS from UK. Post that, I have some consulting experience, not exactly the BFSI experience. Can I take admission in the fast track course, please? And I have 21 years of experience of various fields to work with.
So
So,
that experience is required. Yes. So that field, आपको you have to submit the experience certificate. If this is relevant, then the board will allow you to uh, enroll in the fast track.
experience certificate in a sense. I do not have means from previous companies. I do not have any experience certificate as such. I can prove, although that I was working there uh, with a pay slip around, but I uh,
You see, let's do one thing. You send your resume to kisanji@isop.org. What we will do is we will check a soft check from the board. If they say that yes, you are eligible to for the fast track, we will ask you to enroll. Otherwise, we won't.
okay, okay,
Okay, and I'll just write the mail ID in the chat box. Yeah, Kisan has
So
already.
okay,
alternatively, Piyush, then you can then go for the regular pathway.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, so
Abhishek ji, you can unmute yourself. Abhishek
So I
ji.
just want, hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, so I just wanted to understand what is the usage of CFP in this AI age. So will it be relevant after 3 years or 5 years?
okay, this relevance of CFP in the AI age. Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you so much for it. Abhishek ji, please understand the point. Which, by the way, which industry are you from?
So I am working in a mutual fund industry.
Acha, okay, mutual fund. So then, please understand that AI is more of an enabler for us in terms of being advisors because it can help me to get more better understanding of clients data driven. But the strategy cannot be given by an AI because what is AI? If you're using it personally, I'm doing it. See, if you don't give it a structured message or a good prompt, it is going to give you a very, very average because it's a machine. Machines don't, they're not supportive of you or me. They don't have kind of a bias of giving you a good suggestion and giving a bad suggestion to me. It's about prompts that you're putting there, right? So it's an enabler to a CFP. It can help in providing better services using, let's say, I'm using data analytics and I'm using it for a set of clients that I want to target. I can do that. I can provide quicker information. I can try to use it to do some forecastings to see that how maybe kind of sensitivity analysis is a lot of things I can do using AI. But at the end of the day, a machine cannot really establish trust with a client. It has to have a human element in it. So it's an enabler as I see it. It's not taking away my job anywhere because we've seen this. Now, I think this is one of the questions I was asking today that the report very clearly says that a lot of people who are in DIY, right, direct investing through apps, very convenient. I like it. I love it. But then when the markets start correcting, they don't really know what to do. Whether we are on the right boat or we are not in the right boat, should we just leave the boat? Right? So there has to be someone who has to provide that uh, kind of a calmness in their lives. Right? So the human element is there. It's an enabler if you take it from. And I think that's the case with every industry. AI right now, who understands it, he thinks it's an enabler rather than being fearful of it because at the end of the day, machines are machines. Yes,
Okay,
Abhishek?
so
Okay.
Yeah.
Shekhawat, Mr. Narpat Shekhawat, please ask your
Thank
question.
you. Thank you, sir, for giving me another opportunity. And I apologize for bombarding you with the questions.
No worries,
But
sir. Please go ahead.
the prime purpose is just out of curiosity. I would like to know, is it possible to have a taste of the class or a lecture wherein which I will have an opportunity to assess myself, whether I'm capable or shall I have, or am I having the relevant capacity and capability to start and complete the course? I mean, point is to have a win-win situation, not only for me, but for you also as an institution, to ensure that yes, whoever is joining the course will achieve desired success. So That was my short question. If you can please address this.
That's not an issue, Shekhawat ji. We will ask you to join any of our ongoing class. But see, in a class, in a single class, you won't be in a position to assess all the things, right? We can also help you with the demo lectures we have. But the program is very holistic. There are 9 modules, and they're totally all 9 modules are different from each others. So
Right. So
yes,
the other,
you can
no, I
assess,
agree
you
with you.
can
I
assess,
agree with
you
you.
can assess high quality also. It's not your assessment because you know where you are. You're just checking whether the quality of training is as par or not. So
It's a
it's an
win-win. I mean, to be honest, it's a win-win. It is not only me, not only you. It is a both way. There is no negative impact of this. I understand,
absolutely,
for my
absolutely.
understanding.
Yes, I
So
respect and
I've just got a supplementary question in relation to that. I understand, as you said, the course is very wide, very holistic. Hence, it is not possible for anyone to cover in one session. Alternatively, can I please request, is there any test for people like me who are really curious but also confused whether they would like to start, and if they start, if they can finish? So the alternative question is there any test which I can assess myself if you provide me an online test or a multiple type question combination of covering all those 4 component?
so
Thank you.
there are tests, there are mock tests, sir,
Uh,
but that test you will be able to understand when you have passed that particular module. Right. Now, if you're attempting to those tests, I'm sure you won't be able to clear anything. It
No,
will
not the
be
final test, an entry level test, I mean, uh, I hope you got my question, but if you want, I can reframe it. Please advise.
no, I think
I
what
understood your
my
question.
what my sense in this case is basically, see, please understand the point that given it's a professional certification. Now, if I want to, let's say I'm in your shoes and I want to discuss the same thing, let's say, can I get an examination, let's say, of CA, yeah, CFA level 1? Will I be able to clear it? I'll have to study for that, right? Some 100 hours of effort has to go into it, right? Before you really get into that thing. What my understanding in this case is that yes, you can be part of one of the sessions and you can also take in some couple of demo sessions. I think there, when if you can understand those concepts, right, and if you can relate that, I think that should be a key way of decision making. Because if I've not done something and I'm going to, let's say, I give you 5 questions on bonds and I tell you to find different things in it, you've not studied bonds, my dear friend. How will you really be able to assess yourself in that? That's the point. So, what I suggest is, uh, are you from the finance background or non-finance background? Because I think you're from non-finance, right?
That's another question. I don't know how you define finance, non-finance. I do my personal finance, hence I call it I am from finance.
No. What about professional? I mean, what are you like? Are you an
Professionally,
engineer? Yeah.
no, I'm not an engineer. I'm an educator like you.
Okay.
Uh, I teach business courses.
Okay. So
Uh,
you are an MBA finance. So you've done something in
yes,
finance,
yes.
no?
So qualifications wise, MBA.
Okay.
Apart from that, several diplomas and graduate
Right.
diplomas. So
Okay, so then I think if you go through the demos and because you're yourself an educator, so if you go through the
mm,
demos and you go through, let's say, the one of the, if you want to be part of one of the live sessions itself is going
mm.
to take care of. I mean, why are you really? I think if you're an educator, why do you have these questions? I'm a little surprised because how will you assess if you're not studied that, right?
I'm an informed educator. And
Okay.
this is what I practice and I implement in my class. The first day I
Hmm.
do this exercise wherein which I
Hmm.
assess the status of my student and then I plan my strategy and my sessions accordingly rather than
Okay.
delivering the similar or same content without customizing it. So that was the thing that made me to ask the question what I asked. Thank you.
Okay. Kanaya, we can go to the next, I think.
yes. Okay, so yes, Vishnuji, you can ask your question.
Hi, hi. Firstly, Mr. Narang, thanks for your time, and it was actually gave good, basics about what exactly the CFP program is. Thanks for that. And my question is, I've been in this BFSI industry for the past 10 years. For the 7 years, I've been in MF industry into B2B sales. So I'm working with a mutual fund company now. So what this question is actually very personal kind of a thing. Like what impact that CFP course will make to me in terms of professionally and in terms of financially. Like how can I look into it? So
So,
being in
okay.
sales from past 10 years, like after doing CFP, what are the opportunities that I'll be having?
So when you say B2B, you are into institutional sales, right?
Not institutional sales. It's like right how a mutual fund company works. Like we approach MFDs, we approach
Right.
banks, we approach national
Right.
distributors. So
Understood
this
about
is
it.
how, like, so I'm in the lead position, in a mutual
Okay.
fund company.
Okay. One thing is that these days the mutual fund companies are not only restricting themselves to mutual funds, right?
Of
A
course.
lot of are actually opening. I think Edelweiss and one more has come up with AIFs. These are SIFs, SIFs, right? That's
Yes,
also there.
yes, yes.
So when you are technically qualified enough to take care of any of these products, or in fact just to lead these kind of products. So just to let you know on this point that I was in discussion with one of the AMCs a couple, I think 2 weeks back or something, and where they were discussing that we are about to get a license for this AIF, right? But the challenge is our network of distributors. How are we going to train them on this? Because they should understand the product before they are able to advise clients and route them to our main, setups. So then that kind of a need is something which you can handle, because if you are well versed with all of these kind of products, which is direct alternates as well, then you can lead these things. Fine. If a company goes for a getting a license for SIF, for AIF, for PMS, for any of these kind of things, I understand portfolios, I understand asset allocations, I understand products in and out. Reverse engineering also you do it when we actually study here. And then so I can do a lot of other things apart from my main work, which is sales. So that adds a lot of value.
Yeah, that actually answers my question partially. Of course, fully, I would say. And one more thing is like, is there any freelancing kind of jobs wherein I can use my certification and do some work out of office? Like, is there any opportunity like that?
Uh, that we'll have to see, because what we have right now is full-time opportunities.
Acha. Like one of
Uh,
my friend, he's a CFA certified long back, like 7, 8 years back. Like he got into some foreign company which actually pays him in terms of in terms of dollars, like in terms of hours that he worked. By using his
no,
certification,
yeah.
he has to do some financial planning to the clients of it. Like it's kind of a freelancing job. So I just thought of asking
So
you more
yeah,
information
so
about it.
that you can do, but we do get at times openings for part-time work, which is like a person can work for 4 hours or maybe a couple
Mm-hmm.
of days in a week, something like that is
Yeah.
something, yes, we do get, but not
Okay.
hourly basis. That is more of a model of outsourcing kind of a model.
Acha. So by continuing my job, I can do it parallel, or else is there any
Absolutely.
restriction? No, no
I
restrictions, right?
no, I
I can
don't.
continue my job and partial. I mean, parallel I can do this.
Yeah, provided your employer should not have a challenge with this.
Acha. Okay, okay,
Huh.
fine.
Because normally I'll tell you, employers don't have a problem if you are, let's say, on the weekends you are let's say a faculty with an institute, they're okay with it. But when it
Mhm.
comes to doing something more, then you can discuss whether your boss, if he's okay, then I think he's okay. But a lot of people don't actually come saying I am restricting of not doing part-time work. ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है.
Got it. Thank you. Mr. Rishi.
Welcome.
Rishi, we have just 5 minutes left, and then we have to wind up the session. The last question we are taking, Baby Sahu. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, sir. A very good afternoon. So,
Good
sir,
afternoon.
I have like 15 years of experience in IT field. So I work in banking domain. Now I am in insurance domain. So I do have experience in this financial domain, BFSI domain. But now I want to switch my career in financial planning. So if I'm switching from IT to finance, this financial planning, will it help me to further grow?
See, you want to make a career switch,
Yeah,
right?
because I'm a lot of interested in domain wise growth, because in IT I have experience in coding and all, but right now I want some different. So it will impact the society. I can help my family, friends,
Right,
remaining people to for
right.
financial freedom, because I know when I'm check with my surrounding, with my family friend, then they have money, but they don't know how to utilize their money. Where you they can get some like a value, means the money can be grow. It's like multiple source of income, or it can be, I can say, passive income. Because if I'm running money, earning money, and I'm using that money, but sometime if I say in 50 or 55 age, I need money, but I don't want to like run behind, like do some job where I can get monthly basic salary and I can survive. But I don't want that. I want to be financially freedom, and I can help to the society and my friends, family, and all the people to
Understood.
educate the finance thing.
Right. Understood. No, even before I go to the larger mission that you have, which is a very great thing that you have in your mind, uh, I think this is going to be a very good combination,
Yeah.
because if you have experience of, let's say, you said you have domain experience in insurance and
Yeah, banking.
uh,
All the
banking.
actually, as an IT professional from the beginning of my career, I joined as a fresher. I got lot of training in technology and all, and I work in multiple like domain also, in like
So,
Deutsche Bank, like this bank.
right.
I have the domain
No,
knowledge. Yeah.
yeah. So, baby, my response to that is, because what's happening is there's a lot of AI transformation that is happening across the BFSI companies.
Right. Yes, sir.
It's
Yeah.
a very clear message from the leadership that please incorporate AI across the board. Bring in
Right.
more
Yes, sir.
efficiency in
Yeah.
the systems.
Yeah. It will be
See,
actually this AI tools are enhancing our
right.
productivity, I can say.
Right. So what's going to happen in your case is that when the focus on automation, and with that, if you have technical experience, because what happens is you might have technical, but you are not clear on the financial concepts of financial planning and things. If you bring in both of them, that opens a tremendous amount of, I would say, career prospects within the BFSI. Because of this, you would be part of this transformation journey, ma'am.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I got my MFD also, that license and this all the things, because I do have some interest from last 6 months. So I'm just researching. I'm going through the nets and all, and I'm doing all the things.
You've taken pretty long. You would have been actually halfway by now in six
Uh,
months.
but I want something like to be, because being an IT professional, I don't want to be like a mutual fund distributor. I want to
I do
be
understand.
something. Yeah.
I do
So we
understand
can.
that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can guide me, means how it can help me to get me, because I want to switch from something to somewhere that is which is fresher. Now I will be fresher to this finance planning and all.
That's right. So that's why I said, na, you focus on this part of the domain, because you have
Okay.
to upgrade your resume saying that I'm a technical professional, but my focus now is going to be on implementing AI domains, let's say implementing automation in the financial planning space, because I know there's a firm I know, it is based very closely. In fact, we have two people who are working as our ICFP different programs. People who So firm is basically a financial planning firm. They have a software, and they wanted They've taken one CFP from us, but they've wanted one person to also have a technical background. Now, we didn't find anyone with both the CFP and technical who was okay to work in Noida. So that's the kind of opportunity that you have, that companies or financial planning firms will want to automate, want to upgrade themselves. BFSI, and the larger aspect of it, actually wants to upgrade themselves to become more competitive, to become more efficient. And I think there's a good opportunity over there. You explore that, you make your decision. I think you've taken enough time. 6 months was very long. You would have been almost 50% of it completed by now. So take that decision and think about it. I think uh, it's a good thing right now if you have finance and technology as your backgrounds.
Okay, thank you.
So Rishi, with this we have to wind up the session because another webinar is scheduled on the same panel. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Rishi, uh, for this wonderful session, and thank you everyone for staying last till 1 a.m. 1 p.m. With this, signing off.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you, everybody.